Hooray for Hollywood! Hello there, I'm Stan the Movie Man. This is your WIMZ.com movie review. This week, your votes at WIMZ.com sent me to see Dr. Seuss's The Lorax, starring the voice work of Danny DeVito, Ed Helms, Zac Efron, Taylor Swift, Betty Wright, Rob Riggle, and more. It is the story of Ted, who wants to get Audrey, the young woman he's desperately in love with, a tree, because that's the one thing she wants to see more than anything else. But there are no more trees left in the little town he lives in called Thneedville, because everything is made out of plastic, and everybody likes it that way. The town is run by a massive, huge corporation run by Mr. O'Hare, and Mr. O'Hare got rich by selling purified bottled air to the people, because once you go outside of town, which pretty much nobody's allowed to do, the air is nasty, brown, gray, lots of smog, and it's hard to breathe. Only one person lives outside of town, and that's a strange creature called Onceler. And Onceler is at the heart of why Thneedville is surrounded by all this desolation. But he may also be the key to restoring nature to its rightful place. The movie, of course, is digitally animated, and it's very, very good. I enjoyed it a great deal. It's got a great deal of humor. There are lots of cute animals who sing and dance and act very much unlike animals, but it's very entertaining. The animation is very Dr. Seuss-like, and at about an hour and a half, it moves along at a nice clip, very little downtime. The way I look at a lot of movies like this is how quiet are the children in the audience that I see it with. And they were very, very quiet through this movie. And they were pretty much enthralled the whole time. There were, of course, the occasional ones who had to go potty and stuff like the occasional, "What? Why is he doing that, Mama?" You know, stuff like that. But it's very good, and it will hold adults' attention as well. Now, I imagine that eventually this movie is going to get mentioned on, excuse me, my hat's falling off, mentioned on some of the news shows on certain networks, because it will be interpreted as an anti-business movie. That is not the moral of the story. It's not that business is bad, not in any way, shape, or form. When one of the characters is operating his business in a environmentally friendly way, everybody, the animals and the Lorax, who is voiced by Danny DeVito, who's the defender of the forest, they all get along well. But once promises get broken and the environment is damaged because of it, that's when things go wrong. So, it is not an anti-business movie. It's an anti-greed, and it encourages balance. That's the moral of its story. Now, is it good for kids? I think so. Is it good for adults? I think there's plenty in there for them too. That's why I'm giving it 5 guitars. Go to WIMZ.com to read my complete review, as well as to vote on the movie that I see next time. If you have any questions or comments you'd like to send to me, feel free to do so. Send them to stanthemovieman@att.net. You can also follow me on Twitter @MovieManStan. As you may know, there have been some very deadly tornadoes and severe thunderstorms have rolled through the Midwest and South over the last few days on February 29th and March 2nd. My state, Tennessee, got hit pretty hard, but not nearly as hard as Kentucky and Indiana. So I'm going to ask you to please, if you can, participate in fundraising efforts to help the Red Cross help those who are in desperate need right now. You can go to their website. You can also contact your local Red Cross and see if they're doing any sort of collection of items for folks who have lost everything, and a lot of people have. So if you can do that, I'd appreciate it. Till next time, later.